to the Magic City, the football capital of the South, Birmingham, Alabama, home to the UAB Blazers, and the fans here have been eagerly anticipating this clash. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of squads from the American. As we'll see, the Northern Illinois Huskies taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the UAB Blazers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Northern Illinois about to kick it off as we get things. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the UAB Blazers offense will go on the attack first. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But you're going backwards, and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over. That's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown Blazers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Huskies offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab. It's Nakua. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the first down. Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Huskies are on the move. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. All right, guys, let's chat a little bit about Northern Illinois. Can be a little bit tricky to balance that high school recruiting, transfer portal recruiting for some of the non-traditional powers. But when they're grabbing linebackers like this guy, you know they're doing the right thing.
Absolutely, and there's nothing tricky about that, right? Like, recruiting high school players is essential. Transfer portal is good to supplement, but getting a guy like this that can run at the linebacker spot, it can upgrade your roster immediately.
A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And the Huskies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, UAB.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Got a man. It's Gresham. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
I love the start for this quarterback on third down. Third down, obviously money down. Got to have success. But to have success early, now it opens up everything. Like, we trust him. He's got a rhythm going. He's feeling good, and he got a lot of confidence.
They'll leave it with him. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Got his man downfield. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Tight end now in motion. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Offense set on 1st down. Wants to throw again. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And that's just a better job by the defender. He knew he was going to get challenged in this game. He knew these receivers had speed and they were going to test him. Nice job by that DB knocking it away.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Virginia Tech has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside Lane Stadium. They're up by 7 over NC State. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Just a short pass to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity because you just saw how dangerous he is out.
He's going to let it go. Got it in stride inside the 20. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. It's complete to the left. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. A relatively short field goal try from 26 yards out. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is even bigger.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. They're quickly in a 10-point hole, trailing 17-7 and needing to put together a drive. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, the offense is trying to complete that in route against zone coverage, but you saw everyone on defense there watching the QB's eyes, and it led him right to the throw so they could knock it away.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Pulls it in. It's Gibbons. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. UAB regains possession. The Blazer offense back onto the field. They've jumped on top right out of the gate, trying to add to a 17-7 lead. Looking downfield, it's Basco. Catch in the middle, it's Beebe.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Stopped at the 46-yard line and just making a play and turning in the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. DB's right up on the receivers. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield, it's Basco. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Blazers will call on their punt team. The This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Dumps it to the back. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to pass. It's Vasco. Finds his man in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Klein. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. From the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Touchdown, UAB! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Man, I want to be a team that can run the football and be physical, especially on 2nd and inches, buy myself some space, coming out of my own territory. The defense met the physical challenge. Now 3rd and inches, this offense needs to be more physical.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
From the gun, running back on the move. Nice pick up there, gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
The offense changing the play. Looking downfield on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's going for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. Going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Under fire. He's got it. 1st down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the 1st down. They'll try the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Let's look big picture at Northern Illinois. Great pickup on the defensive front. 3-star defensive lineman gives a verbal commitment last week. And you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough. At this level, that's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but they've got the tools, right? And so I think he's got the tools. And this is a guy that you can build around that defensive line. You need all the big bodies you can get.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Pittsburgh is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in the Steel City. They're trailing by 10 to Georgia Tech. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Blazers will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. They cut
This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field. And if things go well, like David said, we've got a game.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the running back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because the first down you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up. And now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Fires to the tight end. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
This Northern Illinois offense continues to move quickly.
6 remain. 6 remain. Banner. Banner. Banner.
The run from the shotgun. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
The short hands, it's Nakua. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Huskies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Taylor. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it.
Cooler. Cool. Dog.
Trying to pound it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
Trick 9B.
Looking to fire. Grab behind the line. It's White. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Vasco. He's got his man across the middle. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. That's reeled in. It's Klein. That should be the final play of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Birmingham. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Protective Stadium.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Blazers will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one. They're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure,
There he goes. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the first down. The give to the tailback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's White. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play. Able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. They boot it away on 4th down. Wants to bring it back. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. Looking for a crease. It's Beebe. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
That's his second sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensively. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double team him. Let somebody else beat me, not that guy, because his speed off the edge is killing me.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires on the run. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the third quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it first and 10. They'll run it from the gun.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Grab near the sticks. It's Givens. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, you set it down.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. Give to the running back. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They give him the rock again on second and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this offense, you're halfway home. All you got to do is do the same exact thing, Palmer. Fall forward and be physical here.
And that's why they practice these goal line situations, right? It's to step up and be physical in moments like this.
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's third and goal from the 1. Got it behind the line. It's White. They've got him now, and he almost picked up that first down on the screen.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down and try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Touchdown, Northern Illinois! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
And I like the decision to go for it. And I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, fourth and goal, are they going to power it in? Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on fourth down.
They'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Utah has the lead right now, but this Rice-Eccles crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by a field goal over Houston. They'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the grab. It's Gary. Turning it on. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. The Blazers will hustle to the line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And the Blazers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Basco. He's got him. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Trying play action. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That'll cut the lead to 1, 28-27. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Breaks into the open. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Part of being a defender, especially against the pass, is you got to see where that receiver's going to. And when he sticks his foot in the ground, you could tell. When he stuck his foot in the ground, that in route was breaking in. They knew it, broke on it, swatted the ball down, and made a nice play.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on second down. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on third down from the 43. Finds his man. It's Gresham. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. That's the end of the quarter, and Northern Illinois has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Punt is in the air on fourth down. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and get the 6 points.
Really nice timing on that out route there. Good into.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. Looking to throw, it's Vasco. He's going to throw deep right side. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. The Blazers want to move quickly.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Blazers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Handoff to the lone back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Blazers come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On third and short, the power run here. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal. And guys, a perfect opportunity here to take the lead late. Caught in the backfield, it's English. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Nice job by this defense, man. Playing aggressive, playing physical, taking away the easy stuff on the perimeter. Nice job rushing the quarterback, bringing more bodies near the line of scrimmage, getting the sack, and
touchdown Blazers! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it. There he goes! Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
I love the play call running the football here in the 4th quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. The give to the back. On the move at the 30. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Headed to the end zone. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. 1st down here for the offense.
Let's go.
Wants to go up top. Under fire. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Takes a hit as he fires. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. UAB regains possession. The Blazer offense back onto the field. That's caught. It's Gary. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And the Blazers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give on the option. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The Blazers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Well, his legs haven't been a big factor in this game up to now. He picks the perfect moment in the fourth quarter to rip off his longest run of the game.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, third and long coming. Off the play fake. He'll take a shot. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover?
Dude, talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Going downfield for the big play. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The offense likely to lean on the run to milk this clock. Looking for room. It's Beebe. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Second down coming up. Defense in press coverage. Going for 6. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. To the ground with the back. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. And the Blazers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Couldn't get any closer on first down. Now 2nd and goal from the 9. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UAB. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time David sort of curved. He wants to go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be. And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice first down sack.
Now third and long and trying to play catch up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees call it.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pocket breaking down. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today.
Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Looking for more room. Touchdown, UAB. How about this defense taking one back to the house? The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. So you think they shouldn't run up the score like this? I remember an old story of one coach telling the other one, I only coach one team, man. It's your job to stop me.
Yeah, I like that approach. That should be your philosophy, but that doesn't mean you don't remember that. You have a turn later on a lot of times when your team's better to do the same thing, to return the favor, and then make him forget that.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Forced out of the pocket. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game.
He's going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I just never saw this team falling into a 3-game losing streak